Welcome to part 6 of making a Monster High hallway. First, I'm taking everything out of the vending machine until I get magnets. Using some cut up metal wire, I shape them into J's and I use them as hooks. Now I'm also making books for the lockers. After making the pages for the books, I bake them before I put on the cover. I did attempt to make spiral notebooks, but honestly, it seemed way easier in my head than actually doing it. I also made some closed laptops, but they don't fit in the lockers. Now I'm making a gravestone book bag. After getting the thickness I wanted, I cut out an outline on some paper to make it easier for me. Once I cut it out, I also cut out a little bottom piece for the bottom of the gravestone. After staring at this project for a while, I really like the height of the lockers and the vending machine, but I feel like the door is just too short compared to everything. After demolishing the door, I start to make the new one, obviously taller than the last one. Once I cut out the door frame, I did use a heat gun just to kind of flash bake it so I'm able to pick it up without it stretching. While the door frame is cooling, I'm starting on the chair. After using a little super glue and letting it dry before adding liquid Sculpey and clay to make it more secure. I did take a little break from the chair to get the door frame out of the oven and work on that a bit. I added some liquid Sculpey to the back of the door frame before adding it on some fresh clay. I'm using the heat gun again to flash bake for about 15 minutes. As you can see, the clay still looks underbaked, but it's just sturdy enough to lift up without it stretching so I can get it into the oven. I fill in the rest of the creases for the chair, then I use wire to structure the back and the arms of the chair so they don't fall over while in the oven. Now that the door is cool from the oven, I'm gonna do the spider web design again. Then I cut out some shapes for the door panels. I added a doorknob before putting it back in the oven. After the chair cooled down, I took the wires off of it. Now I'm trying to add the cushion to the chair. After marking it out, I used more liquid Sculpey to attach it. Then I used the skinny metal tool to make out the lines before going back over it with a rubber tool to make it look more cushiony. Then I put her back in the oven. Now I'm using more liquid Sculpey to attach the door back to the wall. Then I fixed up the baseboard. Currently, the baseboard and the column are the only two things not baked. When I was sculpting the book bag, I forgot to make a zipper line, so I ended up just drilling it in. And then I sanded down all the books. Now I'm adding the front and side pockets to the book bag, and then I also drilled holes on top to add a handle. And then I added the straps to the back. Now that my chair is cool from the oven, I'm gonna drill some simple designs in it. Then I started to add some paper and flyers to the bulletin board. Then I started to place the books randomly inside the lockers, and as you can tell, the ones that are pages facing towards us is because they were supposed to be spiral notebooks, but it never happened. I kind of need more ideas for props for the lockers, but until then, I'm just gonna use some food from the vending machine to kind of fill it in. This is what the chair looks like with the drilled designs. I added a little skullette to the laptop. After placing the door, I realized I wanted the window to be a little higher. Currently on my Instagram, I have a giveaway for 2 miniature keychains that ends November 26th. Thank you so much for all the love on this series. Comment what else you would like to see in the hallway.